I don't know, but let me do the intro so we can just talk about everything.
All right. I used to focus only on hurts. I had many gifts, but I was my own curse. But hold up, wait a minute, stop that. I need to focus on now, not that.
Get your mind right and your money tight.
What is up, people? This is What We Thinking, and I'm your host, Influence. And to the right of me, I got Bryson.
Hello.
What up, Bryson?
What's up, Ben?
Coolin'. Been a few weeks since we...
Been a month.
A month?
Yeah.
Whole month?
Yeah.
Took a little month off from the pod, but we back now.
Not intentionally.
Not kinda. The first week was kind of intentional.
Yeah.
Needed a break, but then we, couldn't get the schedule right. So what's been up with you?
Man, just working, Just taking it one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Living the dream. I get a lot of that when I ask people how they doing.
What?
Living the dream.
Who the fuck is saying that? Especially these days, living the nightmare. Nah.
I wonder what they're meaning when they're saying it.
Yeah, are they being sarcastic or are they okay?
I don't know.
If they're being sarcastic, but
yeah. I
don't know if they're being facetious
or they're trying to be positive.
Yeah, or trying to be positive.
I don't know.
Yeah, when I hear that, I think some sarcasm.
Or it could be how you look at it. Like maybe they're saying this is all a dream. And
I don't know if they were going that deep, but
okay.
but nah, I feel you. It'd be like when you go to sleep, you wake up. Yeah, I gotta keep your mind sharp. So what else been going on with you this last month, I guess?
Shoot, man.
Anything new?
Anything new? I saw Sinners.
Yeah, I ain't see Sinners yet, so we ain't gonna talk about it too much.
Okay.
But you can talk about it a little bit.
I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about it. I'm not saying anything bad about it. What made me want to go see it is word of mouth and just how everybody has been saying great things about it. But when I went to see it, I just didn't get that. I didn't get that for myself. Like I didn't get the great experience. There's good things about it. There's things I like. Michael B. Jordan did a great job playing the twins. Stack and
don't tell me nothing.
Oh,
don't tell me nothing. I didn't know he's playing twins.
Oh shit! Sorry,
but yeah, don't say nothing.
All right,
don't say nothing because I ain't looked at anything. I don't want to be spoiled. Period. But you were saying earlier that you don't like horror movies either.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
So that could be part of it.
Yeah, even though I did I was jumping and stuff like. I think
I don't get down with horror movies myself too much. So,
like for the most part, I think there may be some,
but I'm going to see it.
Some horror that I can enjoy, like I always give the example of the movie The Mist. Like, I like that movie.
Yeah.
Because that was like
more psychological thriller, kind of. Even though they had monsters, but it was
kind of crazy.
It was more psychological. Yeah.
It's like especially like watching that tall monster, like. Walking around that got through the portal, it was just walking around, like seeing that visual.
Yeah,
was like wow, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't seen The Mist in a long time, man.
And then that
was a good movie.
At the end, that twist at the end.
Oh, The Mist.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, no. I thought you was talking about Sinners.
No.
Like, no. But yeah, I gotta watch The Mist again. I ain't seen that in a long time. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. Like But I like vampires.
I don't like the blood and the guts and the gore and stuff like that.
See, I'm okay with that, depending.
Yeah.
Like when it's funny because I'm different. I don't like that when it's a non-horror movie. Like when it's a like traditional horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to see a whole bunch of that.
Yeah.
When it's more real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Well, it just depends. See, I'm going to contradict myself with that. Because like I'm cool with John Wick. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Equalizer. Equalizer was the third one was pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other ones were too, but I think to me, unless it's just me remembering because it's the latest one I saw, but Equalizer, the third one had me like, ugh, like I couldn't look at some of that shit. Like it was pretty brutal. So when it's real like that, it kind of affects me. But I'm good watching like vampire, like horror movie. Like I watch Last of Us, like I watch Walking Dead. You know, they tear a motherfucker apart, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm right here, like yeah, like let's go. You know, but if I was watching a murder mystery and somebody broke in the house and did that to somebody, I would be like, oh Jesus Christ, like you know, I don't know if it's something like real, if it's because it's real, like it's real, or what, but yeah, I definitely want to go see it though. I definitely want to go see it.
Yeah, all the actors were good. Let me see. I'll try to talk without saying too much. Like I like the like you said, the cinematography, the costumes. You know it takes place at a certain period, right?
Kind of, but don't tell me.
All right,
Don't tell me.
okay, but all of that,
I could tell from the clothes that it wasn't
that
wasn't
stuff,
new.
the set and all of that was great. I enjoyed some. There's things I enjoyed about it, but I just didn't necessarily
know what that is.
Get the
I said I know what that is.
What?
You said there's things you enjoyed about it. I said I know what that is.
Oh, I think I told you.
Nah, you might not. I don't think so, but don't tell me.
All right, but yeah, but I do want to see it again, and maybe I see if I feel there's some really good scenes in it. There's some good scenes in it that I like.
Now, do you think the fanfare affected your view of it?
Yeah, everybody was saying how great it was, how they look, how they.
And that's the danger in that, I think. Not saying that people can't say that and then really believe it, but I think that's the danger in it. Sometimes it just makes your expectations on a different level, and then when you go see it's a movie that I don't know what it was that recently, maybe not even recently, maybe in the last couple of years, I can't think what it was, but it happened the same way to me. Like it was something maybe I'll remember later, but it was something, one movie that everybody was like this and this and this and this, and I was just hearing everything. I was watching shit. I was looking at different things, different content creators say stuff, and then when I went there, I was just expecting some old other shit, and it was a good movie. It was a great movie, but it wasn't that, and I was kind of like let down, even though it was a great movie. And then later, when I watched it again, I appreciated it more. Like it was weird, but I know where that came from. I know it came from the expectations of everybody else. So if I would have just went in there like I do all other movies, because that's one thing I always do with movies. I try not to look at much. I don't even like looking at like the 3 trailers. They usually release 3 trailers. I usually look at the first one, and I try to avoid all the other trailers because they just show too much in trailers these days. And I just try going to movies as is. That's probably why I liked all of the Marvel after Endgame, because I'm not comparing it to this gargantuan of a movie and movies coming together to one movie. Like I'm not comparing it to all that. I just took it for what it was, and I liked almost everything that came out of the MCU after Endgame. I like where people will say they don't like it, whether it's true or not.
Then seeing how well it's doing in the box office, then celebrities coming out talking about it.
That's great.
But it's like maybe just people have different experiences than I have, and different viewing things a different way. Like Spike Lee was talking about it and the cinematography and different shots and stuff like that. And like if you're into that, then
yeah, and that I'm into that. And that's the thing. Like it's almost like Severance. You don't watch Severance?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Severance. Anybody that watches it knows what I'm talking about. But Severance, like the way it's shot, and I guess it's what they say it's one of the most expensive TV shows ever. It's like 18 million an episode or something because of how it's shot, like some of the cameras they use and some of the editing techniques and all that. I guess that contributes to it being so much besides the actors. But that show, there's shows where, or episodes I should say, where I had to go back and watch the episode because I was missing shit that's going on because I'm so focused on camera angles and how they're shooting it and the shit they're doing with the camera that I've never seen before in other shows or movies that I like zone out. So I could see, because I've spoken highly about that show, and then I've had a couple people. That's why I hate recommending shit anymore, because it's happened to me a couple times, and I speak so much on that show, and then people watch it and be like, "Fuck is this shit?" And it is slow. Like Severance is a slow ass show. Like it's really slow. The acting is great though. I'm all right with slow. Like me personally, I'm fine with slow. I like great acting. I like cinematography. So that show just gets me in there. But it does take a little while for you to know what the hell is going on in that show. You still don't know. I mean, we on 3 seasons and it's still shit. People still come out here like, what the hell is happening? I don't know what the hell.
I was interested in it before, but I just never watched it. I'm interested in the concept.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great, and I'm not gonna hype it up. You know, I don't want you to go in there like, oh, this about to be a great show, and then you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Nah. But I'll just say that it does take a few episodes to figure out. I mean, you don't figure it out, but
but I mean, like,
what's
in the preview, like, that's not what's going on. Like, basically, like, you go to work and your work life is your work life. You don't remember it when you go home, and you don't remember.
Yeah, that's basically the concept.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of other shit that's going on. You know, it's. I don't want to tell you too much, but it's some nefarious shit that's going on with that company, and as with any technology, like it's a technology, like it's a brain operation. You basically get severed, and they have like this little. All this is in the first episode, so you'll see like if you watch it. But they have like you go in the building and it's certain. I guess, and that's something that we still don't really know. But I guess there's like field generators or whatever that flips a switch, and then they call it an innie. You're the innie and outie, and you're like two. It's wild because you're two totally different people, and from the outside looking in, you'll look at that, and on the surface, I should say, you'll be like, oh, well, that's kind of great, that's kind of cool, but you're not realizing the ethical implications of it, because they are truly two different people. So the person at work is at work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Okay.
Like that person, they feel like they've been there. Like they don't remember going home. They don't remember anything. They just remember being there. Then at the end of the workday, getting on the elevator and then coming off the elevator. So for them, it feels like they're getting on the elevator, coming off the elevator, working all day, getting on the elevator, coming off the elevator, working all day, constantly. Like that's walking down the hall, getting on the elevator, coming out the elevator, walking down the hall, work. Like that's all. That's the only break they feel like they're getting. So, but there's a bunch of shit going on, and you know, it's some weird shit that happens. But all in all, I think it's a great show. Great show. Milchak is my dude, black dude.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. You said it's a brain technology. It made me think of a recent episode of Black Mirror. You know, with the one with
yeah, Black Mirror. You've been watching Black Mirror.
Yeah,
we getting a little Black Mirror discussion.
I just started.
Now that we both done.
Well,
you ain't seen the other series, the other seasons.
I want to watch them all, and it's going to be easier than I thought, because I realized that they don't all have 8 or 10 episodes like know other series.
Some got 6,
His first got 3.
Yeah, yeah. but they're different lengths too.
Okay.
Like some are like an hour.
Yeah.
Some are half an hour. Some are an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like it just depends, I guess, on whatever the story is and what they let the story dictate like what it is. That's another reason I liked it. Why are you laughing?
You said dick.
Jesus Christ. Are we 4? Nah, just playing. he let his intrusive thoughts through. He was like, you said dick. Oh, that's funny.
But the one starring Rashida Jones and Rashida Jones and what's her name from Blackish and Girlfriends. Her mom is famous singer. On the new season.
On the new season.
Yeah.
Oh, Common People? With her and her husband?
Yeah.
Where they get where she gotta get the thing.
Yeah.
Cause she she has an accident.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, yeah.
But
I ain't realized you was still talking about Tracy Ellis Ross for some reason. I didn't realize you was talking about the new season. I think she's in another one in a different season, but I can't remember. I don't know.
But I kept asking myself a question watching that episode, like
that was deep too. That's got a lot of different things. A lot of layers.
It made me think that if this would ever exist, there would people be like, no, I'm not. I'd rather go regular.
Yeah. Especially if you got to fucking get ads and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where it's going. I mean, I think that was a commentary on everything. Like a lot of shit. Like the streaming services, all the streaming stuff, period. How they're putting monthly prices on everything. They're even talking about some car companies are even trying to do it. Where your heated seats is like $20 a month and your cool seats. Okay. So the button don't work because they can download or upload and take features off and on. So the car will have all the features that it ever needs, but all of them won't be turned on. Tesla can do that shit now, and they do it now. Like depending on what package you got, like they don't turn on the full power of everything. So they're talking about, like BMW was talking about it. They was going to implement it this year, I think, but they had so much backlash that they decided to wait. But it's coming. It's coming. And I think it was commentary on healthcare system. I think it was commentary on, and that was a big one because they were all right. They weren't rich, but they were okay until they had one medical issue.
Yeah.
And now they struggling.
But for somebody watching this who hasn't seen it, should we say what it is?
Well, spoiler alert first. But say what?
Like basically the setup of it.
Oh, we can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoiler alert if you ain't know that it's spoiler alert yet, but yeah, we can talk about it.
Well, I don't know if it's a spoiler alert if we just.
I mean, we talking about the whole episode.
Oh, okay.
It's a spoiler alert.
Yeah, like so there's a couple. They both work. One guy, he works in like construction or something, right?
Or I can't remember.
Some sort of.
But he was in the office, wasn't he?
No, he was like welding and stuff.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
And
she's like an.
Oh yeah. He was, but I thought he had a suit on for some reason. I thought he had a tie on.
No.
Oh, he was actually out there with the people. Oh, okay.
And she's a school teacher.
Yeah, she's a teacher.
And
I think it's commentary on that. Not paying teachers. Like it's so much. It's so many layers on that shit. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, and you think more deeply about this stuff.
I mean, it's deep.
Do.
Like the old Black Mirror is deep.
Yeah.
Like they have layers upon layers. That's one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite series ever. Because of that. Like there is really layer.
But I hadn't thought about all of that. I just was like, well, she couldn't.
What happened?
She couldn't do more. Well, anyway, but as far as the medical thing, I forget exactly what happened. She had a medical emergency to where She was in the hospital.
Was it an accident? I can't even remember. Cause she was basically dead. Like she was brain dead.
Yeah.
And they had that new procedure to bring her back.
Yeah.
And so they did that because they didn't explain all the shit. But then that's another layer is the rug pull that they do.
Right.
Like they get you in. Like she had this procedure done
on her brain. Yeah, because a part of her brain was damaged, so they basically could copy that part somehow, and
they that's what I even remember.
Yeah,
they had uploaded it, or they copied it, uploaded it in the cloud, and then they could beam it into her brain.
Mm-hmm.
So that part of the brain was copied and beamed in from the cloud, so it's always beamed in. Kind of like a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So if she went out of the service area, she would shut down.
Yeah.
And if she paid for more service, then the service area would get bigger. But then she started spitting ads out. Like, that shit was wild. Like, do you want, when she was talking to that kid and he's like, man, like we gotta leave my dad and all that. She's like, you're looking for this? You just and told that kid some crazy shit.
Yeah.
He told his mom, so she got fired after that, didn't she? Or she got suspended?
Did she get fired?
No, I think she got reprimanded, but they were like, if it happens again, or they were like, she can't work until that's rectified.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. And so when she went back, they were like, oh yeah, it's a new package out. Yeah. That's our ads. You're on our regular package. You're on our ads package where there'll be random ads. And when they was fucking, and she was like,
"Oh yeah,
it was like a condom or something." And I'm like, "Yo, that's wild." But then they were then they had the packages, and they kept booting them up more and more. Like, oh, you pay $800 a month, and you can get off the ads, but then you'll have this, and then. They were trying to do that, and then they needed money, so he started doing wild shit on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume he stuck his finger up his ass, like he had that thing.
Yeah.
And they told him to take his mask off. Yeah, because there was a website. I know we telling basically the whole story, but fuck it. So there was a website where you just did wild shit for money. I mean,
that seemed like something that could actually exist. Like
it does, OnlyFans.
But it was live, and it was like, all right, if you do this,
live.
I'll give you this. I'll send you this much.
Anybody's live could do that because you got the money down there. Whatever live you have where you can send people gifts, they do that shit all the time. So yeah, he was live, but he always wore a mask. So first thing he did, he drank his piss the first time.
Yeah,
and. I was like, he wilding. It wasn't even that much money. That's what was crazy to me. Like it was like $90 or something like that. And I mean, I understand. I've been there, you know what I mean? And I understand $90 is $90. Like that might make you or break you. It shouldn't, but it might depend on where you're at financially. So, but
another thing that now that you bring that up, what I noticed is things were tight for them. Even though they were both working, like when they would mention like an extra $300 a month, they was like stressed about it.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Like, and that's America. I think it just adds so many layers but it was tight and they budgeted tight. I think. I think because they knew like something like this. If something like this happens, and that's what a lot of Americans go through. That's what we go through. Like with healthcare and all that stuff. If you don't have a good healthcare, if you don't have savings, a good savings, like one thing could fuck you up. You could be done. And I think they in the beginning, I think they were good, but I think they just budgeted really tight. They was keeping an eye on everything. And they did their little yearly anniversary trip and things like that, but then soon they had that one medical expense where it was a monthly bill, and I look at that like prescriptions. Like you could have a sickness or something, and then you got a prescription you got to pay for every month or every 2 weeks or whatever it is. Mostly month. Most prescriptions are a month. So if you got a good medical plan, a good prescription plan, You might not pay $25, $30, but if you don't, you paying hundreds of dollars a month to stay alive, basically. And that's basically what one of the subscription fees. But that's what's gonna happen. If we have stuff like that, I 100% know that motherfuckers gonna be trying to find a way to have ads in it, to have us spit out ads, and to pay not to have ads. It's just that's what's gonna happen.
One of the things that was interesting to me that sounded like tempting, when I thought about it, is when at the highest upgrade, like you can like control
how much,
can heighten feelings.
Yeah,
you can heighten sexual pleasure, heighten serenity and calmness and peace. Like you can just heighten just feeling good.
But the thing about that too, I mean, for one, people would probably overdo it, and it'll probably have negative effects on you, just like anything else. Just like now, when you heighten those things in artificial means or whatever, like it has negative effects. But
like it'll be addicting, like
yeah. And the other thing is, I think the other part that I forgot about was the fact that they use her brain while she sleep.
Yeah.
In order to
power the system.
Yeah, power the system.
Yeah.
So she gotta pay, and they using and it's funny. I remember PlayStation used to do that. But it was for cancer research. Like when your PlayStation was on, you could opt into this program. I think it was on PlayStation 2, and they used your system through the internet to calculate, because they needed a lot of computing power. So they used everybody's PlayStation to calculate some stuff for cancer research to get cancer medication or whatever. I do remember that, but I was like, yo, that's wild. And what the other implication from that is, when she's shut down, they talked about it like she was asleep, but she's not asleep.
Right.
So those 8 hours that they shut her down, they're using her brain. So she still has to sleep other than those 8 hours or how many hours or whatever it is. Like she still has to sleep, but she wasn't. So she was real tired because she thought that was her sleep, but they ain't tell her that.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, no, that's right. We use your brain in the cloud. Like, so you're not really asleep. Like your brain don't think you're asleep.
Yeah, I was thinking like the one time when they kind of went off a little bit in the office, I was like, she lucky, the saleswoman played by Tracy Ellis Ross, that's as far as it went. Like,
man,
you know what I mean?
It would have been John Q in that bitch. Like, but that's the thing. You get the right person in there, it's gonna be a problem.
It was annoying me. Like every time they went, this happened.
But that's what they do. Yeah. That's what they do.
She kept changing the name. They kept changing the name of the upgrades.
Yeah, like, then they made them feel like shit. It was like the basic. That's the basic bits plan. Yeah. Like they ain't say that, but that's basically what they were saying. Like, oh yeah, this the plan if you can't afford anything else. Like if you're the peasant plan over here, so you got to have these ads going through. And we can use your brain as power.
And then she was like, at one point, yeah, this was premium, but now this is just common.
Yeah, that's the regular premium one.
We got a premium plus. Like.
Yeah, that's what the streaming services do. They be coming, start showing ads, and now we got an ad-free plan now. Like you ain't had no ads before. Oh, sorry about that. That's what Netflix about to do.
That Netflix.
And that's what they were talking about. They were like, oh, Netflix is just out in themselves. They let this show be on here like this because, that's part of the streaming services. Yeah. It's part of what they were talking about.
Yeah, I used to pay like $7.99 or $7, and now I pay like 18 something. And then I realized there's another tier that's like 25.
Yeah, that's what I pay.
25?
I pay like 25 something because that's where you get the 4K and I think the audio, the Atmos and all that, like, for my system, I need the Atmos.
If you really think about it, to me, it's worth it. But when you used to it being
if
$7,
you use it all the time.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people don't even use it all. I don't use it enough to pay that much. Really, to tell you the truth, the only reason I'm paying it is my lady. I know she looks at it a lot. So that's the only reason I have it. I probably would have got rid of it.
Yeah. I'm like that too. Like I got them because of my mom mostly. I got the streaming apps. I've been enjoying enjoying some stuff, some programs.
Yeah.
Cause she watches TV, and so we've been watching some stuff together.
That's cool.
And enjoying stuff. Yeah, I'm enjoying this Black Mirror. Black Mirror kind of reminds me of a what you call it? Live action, I think it's called Sex, Love, and Robots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're both anthology series and they both deal with, sci-fi type stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that too. That's coming back on.
Yeah.
Or it came back on.
My nephew told me about that.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, that's dope.
But that just brought up an interesting question. Like, if that option was really available from that episode of Black Mirror, would you want to use it for would a person want to use it for themselves or a loved one? Or would they say, no, that I don't even want to.
And that's kind of and what's sad about that is, I mean, the ending was sad, but I kind of understood. But what's sad about that is like he thought he was doing the best thing for her. And that's how it is. That's kind of how it is when it's at that stage. I've been there. So when it's there at that stage and they're asking you like, what you gonna do? Like, who knows? Like when I was watching that, I was thinking about my mom and if there was a chip. But the thing is, like, you gotta kind of put your own feelings aside and kind of see, because a lot of times the people that are making these decisions are doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
It's not being. It's not malice. Like, they love this person, so they don't want them to go. So a lot of times, if you're in that predicament and the doctors are telling you there's nothing they can do for this person, and this person is on the verge of, but we can keep them on this machine, or we can keep them on here, or we can put this chip in their brain and then they'll be good. But we're not gonna tell you that they might not have the best life possible, but they'll be alive, they'll be here. So.
And he wasn't asking too many questions either.
Nah. He was just he was distraught. Like, they basically said, if you don't do this, she's dead. Like, that's it. They weren't even saying we can keep her alive or whatever. Like, she's gone. Like, she gone. And unless you want the bill every month for her being here just on the machine, and she ain't nothing you can do. Like, that part of her brain is gone. People like to say personal responsibility, but it's still predatory. And that's real life. Like, it's still predatory. It's just like with the housing loans and shit like that. Or the giving the college students fucking credit cards. Like, all that shit is predatory. They know they broke. They know they ain't got no money. But you still gonna give them a $10,000 credit card with a $10,000 limit and think they ain't gonna spend this shit and run it up and then be like, oh, but they did it. Yeah, they did it, but I mean, it was predatory lending. Right.
I was thinking, like, this is messed up. Like, this is somebody's life. Like, they need this.
Yeah.
And you're treating it like a movie subscription or a streaming service.
Streaming service, exactly.
But like, that made me think of another question. It seems like it would go well for someone who has a lot of money. Like,
and that's what it does. That's what it is. And that's real too. A lot of this stuff does go well. A lot of the medical stuff now does go well for people that got a lot of money. They can afford it. They can afford to pay for the best doctors, the best procedures. Because best believe there's procedures that we don't even know about that help with everything. And if you got enough money, you can find them people that do those procedures and get them done. And people do it all the time. It's all the capitalism though. Gotta have to pay to play. Pay to play.
It seems that selfishness does play a part in when people are making that decision.
Yeah.
If somebody, either to let somebody go, like if they're going to pass away, or to keep them here, it seems like selfishness plays into that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, because a lot of times it is. Now, there's times when I say you always have to do your own research with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when doctors say certain stuff, just get second opinions, all that stuff. You can do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to it, at the end of life, if it's just the only way, 100%, the only way this person is staying alive is on this machine, and they're telling you this, a lot of people pick to keep them on the machine because they want them around.
Yeah, and in that situation, I felt them because it was sudden. They were in love, and they were like kind of young.
Yeah, they were young. They were, it seemed like they were, just like I said, when they were budgeting and stuff, and things were tight, but it wasn't, it was like it is. But it seems like they might have been going to that place of being okay, you know what I mean, getting there, and she seemed good with money, and they seemed to be making enough. But yeah,
they were making enough, long as things were
as long as they
good.
Yeah,
Right.
and I mean that's America. That's most people. 95% of people. Like if they miss one paycheck, they be fucked up. Like 95% of people in America, because there's what it is, cause by getting the living wage.
But what you been up to this past month?
Man, nothing. This weather finally breaking. It was cold for a while. I didn't think summer was gonna ever happen, and then it just got hot.
It's too hot today.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just got hot. Hey, it ain't even hot. Like it ain't really hot. It was like 80. I cut the grass today, so it was like 80.
I felt that sun.
I mean, the sun was on my back, but it ain't nothing like summertime. But I'm just saying, like it was like in the 30s like a couple weeks ago. I said, man, I had to turn the heat on. I had the heat on still. At least the last couple weeks. I had the heat on a couple days a week.
Yeah, I felt like the AC needed to come on today.
Oh, my AC came on today.
Well, I mean, for me, it's been like that because I drive tractor trailer, so the AC been past week. It's been on here and there, but I was at my mom's house and I felt like the AC in the house needed to come on.
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen, I had mine on today because it came on because I still got my thermostat set to heat and cold. So if it goes below 67, my heat comes on. If it goes above 78, my air comes on. So most days I'm good on nothing come on. So that's how I like it. But today my air came on. I heard the thing while I was outside. I heard my compressor start up, and I'm like, man, must be hot in there. I was out there cutting the grasses. Did you see they have the automatic trucks now? I wanted to ask you.
No, I mean,
in Texas, they started them going out, the self-driving truck.
I've seen video of them existing.
Yep. Driverless trucks officially running their first regular long-haul routes, making round trips between Dallas and Houston. Autonomous trucking firm Aurora.
They got video?
This is a screenshot because I didn't want to forget about it.
Oh yeah. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, so they're under it's Aurora, but it's Uber Freight and Hirschbach Motor Lines. So that's the two.
think.
Hirschbach. That's the companies that are using the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Both companies are testing runs with their Aurora, including safety. Oh, they got safety drivers to monitor. Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody sitting in the passenger side? No, I don't know about that one. I need to be sitting in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they really want to make sure ain't nobody driving. Maybe they got their own controls on that side. That could be. Or
That's interesting.
yeah, that's wild. Like that's like Minority Report. Well, actually, it's like every future fucking sci-fi movie and show. Oh, they doing they've been doing more of the drones too. You seen that?
Mm-mm.
Drone delivery?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't know where that's been at, but I did see one that dropped the battery on this lady's windshield with her baby in the car.
Damn.
I was like, yo, that's going back to testing phase. Like, come on, man. Yeah, they I guess I don't know who's loading. First of all, how big is that damn drone that's carrying a car battery?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gotta be a big ass drone.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they were that big. And because they have restrictions on what you can order or what can be delivered with drone delivery. And seems like that would be restricted.
Yeah.
That's heavy as hell. Like, imagine that falling on a person. Luckily, wasn't nobody hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say that part, but nobody was hurt. Her baby was in the back seat. What was wild, I know this is not here nor there, but she puts her baby in a car seat, and then she goes back into the store, and I'm like, why you put your baby in the car seat and then go back in the store? But as she's walking in, you see the shit, it just crashed through the window. And then she looks, and I guess she noticed that it's her window, so she ran, got the baby out, and everybody's coming out because they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, that's wild. You know, I try not to judge people with kids because I know how they are. They can be terrorists. They can be, you know, and they kids are kids. You know, they just being kids, but they could be terrorists. And she probably couldn't pick up something. Maybe she was running back to get a bag or something. I don't know what she was doing. Like I can't judge her for that.
I wonder either how much money she gonna get, or if the company gonna pay for the repairs.
Oh, they definitely gonna pay for the repairs.
Yeah.
But it just depends on if she gonna sue them or not. They'll probably pay for the repairs, but they'll probably make her sign something that she can't sue. So I wouldn't care about the repairs. I'll be like, nah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Nah, bruh. I ain't signing shit.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for these repairs and some.
Yeah. Emotional
Pay
distress.
for my kids' college after you drop the battery on her ass. Like, you saw Jesse Smollett finally. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Finally, there's a settlement with Chicago, I think. The city of Chicago. Because they were, you know, they sued him for $130,000 because of all the resources and shit. So they came to a settlement today or yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before. I don't know, but it was this week. Yeah, it's undisclosed. Undisclosed.
So he paid them.
Yeah, he had to pay them something.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. I know they was seeking $130,000. That's what they said they cost. But I don't know what he paid. Maybe he was like, well, I'll pay this and we can stop going to court. Probably. Yeah. It did say settlement and it's undisclosed. So I think if it was a judgment, it would be in public record.
Okay.
I think that's what a lot of times I think that's why people be settling too. When they have shit, he probably don't want. He probably done with it. Like, please just get it going. Like, I don't want it, even though it's already on the books as far as court case and all that stuff. Everybody already knows. But I think people settle sometimes because they don't want it on public record, like what they giving.
I didn't know that was still going on.
I ain't either. That's been years.
Yeah.
I just saw the story and was like, oh, we was just talking about him not too long ago. I was like, let me bring it up. Yeah, man. What you think about Kevin Gates and LeBron James. You heard about that shit?
I heard a little bit about it, that he said something about LeBron James and his wife, but I don't know what he said. And
I don't know.
I heard that he was at a Lakers game and people were like, "Oh well, you approached Stephen A. Smith, why you ain't approach him?" And so
Yeah, that's dumb shit to me, personally. I think it's stupid because I think it's two different things to me.
What? So do you know?
I don't know what he said, but a million people say a million things about LeBron. Like Stephen A. and LeBron have a long relationship, for one. For two, it's the same field. Like for three, he was talking about his kid. Like, I think all of that plays into it because LeBron been getting shit for years. He don't say nothing. LeBron don't never react to nobody, hardly nobody. I think he said something to Kevin Gates online, which that made me. I was like, why the fuck are you saying something to him? Like don't say, you ain't gotta say shit to him. But I understand he probably. I couldn't move like him, to tell you. To be honest, because I don't know, I just don't got it in me. I wouldn't be able to not say nothing about somebody that long when people talk about. But he gets millions and millions of people say shit to him all the time. Like even people well known, like Kevin Gates. But I don't see it as the same. I don't see it as him like, oh, you ain't got the same energy for him. That's how people are looking at it. And I'm like, it was Stephen A. Like it was a person that's critiquing his basketball game and his family, like their relationship is different. I don't know how people don't understand that. It's kind of like, I don't know. I was trying to equate it because we still friends.
You know, a difference is, here's a difference. We don't know what Kevin Gates said. We knew what Stephen A. said.
Well, it's online. He said it online.
Yeah, but the fact that we don't know.
I mean, that's the other thing is, and I think it's because of the circles. Like, I don't follow Kevin Gates. I like his music, but I don't really follow him like that. Like in sports, you can't help but hear Stephen A. Smith. Like you can't help but to hear. So, and everybody knows LeBron. So I mean, if you're in that world, like everything, and that's why I think he approached him like he did. Like, listen. And he was approaching him, and I think it's because it was his kid too. Not saying that his wife is any less, but I think he feel like sometimes you feel like, oh, my wife can handle her own. You know, she want to say something, she can, and then if it's a problem, it's something else. Like, but your kids, you're kind of more protective of.
Can we look it up real quick? What he said?
No.
Kevin Gates be saying some wild stuff.
Yeah, he do.
Oh, that made me think of somebody. It's something I just come to this thought about Kanye West. I want to be done. Like I don't care about nothing he say. I don't want to hear about nothing he say or do no more. Because, like, I saw a video. It's just YouTuber I follow. His name is Graham. I forget his last name, but he did a video on Lizzo's reaction to seeing Rumi Carter on stage with her mom. And so I watched the video and I'm like, and I watched, they showed a little bit of Rumi on stage with her mom, Beyonce, and I'm thinking like, Kanye West is a fucking asshole. Like I'm thinking asshole. Like, yo, you're a grown person saying crazy stuff online about innocent kids. And it just made me think like, and on here I was like, fuck Kanye. Like, but after that, I kind of just like didn't want to give it energy no more. And now, and like, he got me a little bit because I went online to hear that song, their cousin's song, and there were some things that were interesting. But then right after that, he started saying some stuff. Like, I had actually started following him on Twitter, but then he started saying some stuff. I was like, and then I unfollowed him. He started saying some more stuff.
He said, I don't like the way Savannah look at him. Like, she look at him like she the warden, and she be policing him and what he be doing. And he was like, I can't do it. And I like the way white women look at him or something. That's what he said. I mean, for one, that's not a diss. Like, that's not anything bad to me. Like, he basically saying he want his woman to just fall in line and just do whatever he say. Like, he thinks Savannah doesn't do that. I'm like, yeah, she probably don't. And that's probably why he with her. So, yeah, that's wild. If that's all he said, that's all I can find.
What did LeBron say back? Because I'm looking at that and wondering why LeBron even responded.
Yeah, like, why did he respond?
Yeah.
He said kings don't concern themselves. What he say? Kings don't concern themselves with opinions of peasants.
But to me, like that.
Where to what? Oh, where to next, Queen?
Yeah, but
let's get it. That's
what Kevin Gates said doesn't require that response to me.
Not that. I mean, it don't require any response. And he could have been talking to anybody, but everybody know who he's talking to. But I mean, I actually think that's an elegant response.
No, that's a diss.
Like, I mean, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not so much of.
That's
like I think that's a good comeback for somebody that says that. But at the same time, why even say that? Like, why even concern you? Just like you said, why are you concerning? You're already concerning yourself by writing that. Like, because he's like, where to next, Queen? Let's get it. So basically he's saying, yeah, that's my wife. Like, this is what. Oh, and they had photos of them laughing together, him and Savannah.
Oh, no.
That was under that was just a caption. And it wasn't even like he said it back to him. I guess everybody knew who he was talking about.
Yeah.
But
did Kevin Gates respond to that?
I don't think so. At least I ain't hear anything or see anything. But what he did was go and sit courtside at the Lakers game afterwards.
Yeah.
So that's what they said. Basically, he went and was like, "Well, what you gonna do about it?" So he sat courtside at the Lakers game.
That's all.
But I'm fine with the response. Like, fuck it. If you're gonna respond, I wouldn't respond at all. I don't think he, and no offense to Kevin Gates, I don't know him like that. But looking at the two, like, I don't think he is on a level to get a response. So
I want to say something.
What?
I don't like that response. It's not a good look to me. That sounds like you're like elitist, or that sounds like, I don't know. It just sounds it sounds ugly to me.
I mean, I think that's what it was supposed to do.
But like you just said, what Kevin Gates said wasn't a diss. So it sounds.
Well, I look at it like, well, I don't. It can be taken as a diss. I mean, anytime you mention another man's wife and saying
Kevin
that you
Gates
don't like
said crazy stuff.
No, I know you said
wasn't
crazy shit, but it don't matter if it's crazy or not. Like it ain't gotta be off the cuff crazy to be a diss, or to just keep my fucking family's name out your mouth. But at the same time,
other people have made comments about
that's
the way they look in videos and pictures.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got millions of people that have said shit to him. That's why I don't know if it was just, maybe it just rubbed him the wrong way, but he was like, I ain't responding straight up. I don't know. But for them, I ain't even mad. Like, whatever that is, that is. But for people to be like, why don't you go confront him at the game? Like, that's stupid to me. For people to think that it was a whole different type of time with Stephen A. And one, I don't think that warrants that. I don't think it warrants a response of confronting. I don't think that, that warrants a confronting. I don't think it warrants a response, period.
Me neither.
But if you're gonna respond, fine. And he seems to have responded. But for people to be mad that he didn't go and confront him while he was at the game, I think for one, the game, I think it was a perfect storm when he confronted Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think because he's never done anything like that in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the people talked about, I think it was his son. It was all the criticism about his son and how he set his son up for this criticism. I think all that played into his psyche.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably felt somewhat that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I said it before, the worst mean comments is when they kind of true.
Mm-hmm.
When they have a thread of truth there, that they sting the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be all true and it's not coming from a good place and you know that, but when it's a little bit of truth there and it's a little bit of truth, that stings. So I think all of that played a part into him confronting Stephen A. It was a regular game. They were already in the playoffs. They were like this game, the game he was at didn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't even feel like playing the game. I think that played into it. Stephen A was right there, right at the right time. I just think it was a perfect storm. His son, like I said, was getting all this criticism, and I think he's kind of feeling bad because people are saying he put his son in criticism's way, and I don't think that's what he meant to do, but in a way he did. I don't think it was all him. I mean, his son too. Like his son wanted to go to the NBA. Like it ain't like they forced him to go to the NBA, but everything, I think just all that played into a part. And I think if this would have happened, I even think if it would have replayed itself and it would have been the playoffs like it was now, I don't think he would have said anything to Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't anything else, it just was like the perfect storm, I think, for him to confront him at that game.
And I see what you're saying. Like what Kevin Gates said and what Stephen A said is different. Like what Stephen A said was more personal, even though I don't necessarily. As far as what Stephen A said,
I mean, I don't think Stephen A said anything wrong.
Right, but maybe.
But you're talking about somebody kid.
Right.
I think he was in father mode.
Yeah, but as far as like what Kevin Gates said, I feel like Kevin Gates said what he thought, but he didn't necessarily have to say it at all.
Mm-hmm.
He just said what he thought. He posted it or whatever.
Yeah,
and he didn't like he could have said, okay, well that's somebody's family, so I'm just not going to say it. I guess that can be the offense, like that you even spoke about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe so I can see that. Because it like I said, like you said, it don't sound crazy, but it can be putting a narrative out there, kind of, which was already kind of out there.
Yeah. I mean, people gonna say that because I think people criticize their relationship more than anything because it's successful.
Mm-hmm. But I can see that what he said, as far as looks, I can understand what he means.
No, I understand what he means, but I'm like, that's a relationship, like because you run your relationships as a pimp, like that's. It's not.
But not even that. It's just like from the outside looking in. If you're looking at like when I think LeBron was sitting with Jeannie Buss and someone else, and they seem to be having a good time. And if you see him with his wife, they don't seem to be having a good time, which may, like you said, that's a relationship.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe it's the times that
or certain times.
Yeah, because they always seem to be having a good time when I see them.
Okay, I've seen one where. It's just it's just regular. Like if you catch anybody at any different,
you're not always having a good time.
Yeah,
like so that's one of the things. Like I've seen them have more of a good time than anything, and it's a relationship, so you're not always gonna have that good time.
You know what this is? Like I've heard Denzel say, this is much ado about nothing. That's what I think.
I mean, true.
Yeah,
true. But you know how people are. Yeah, I didn't, it wasn't like I wanted to deep dive into it because I don't think it's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
but
much
it's
of
like
anything. I just
people are making it something.
Yeah, and the fact that people are saying like keep that same energy. Like, and it's something wrong now because it's he didn't approach him. Like, I think they're looking at like, oh, you ain't gonna approach him because he's might be a gangster or whatever. Like, they're looking at it like that. Like, you approach Stephen A because he's just this and not that, you know. Even though Stephen A said he'll whoop his ass.
No, no, he didn't say that.
Yeah,
he said
did.
no. He said
he would niggas run up on me. He was like,
he said he would punch back right away. He would fight back. He said he would lose.
He said don't oh, I didn't hear him say
he
lose
said
it.
that.
He said don't think that little video you saw of me training was how I hit or whatever.
I believe him. Like, if he said but I think that
anybody would punch back.
But I think that's another thing that
like
didn't need to be said
in that video.
I mean, I don't know.
No, Stephen A. wild out. Like, in that interview, I think who he's interviewing with.
No, he wasn't interviewing. He was on, I think, his show.
Was
he
his
was
show?
just on his on YouTube, and he was just giving his take.
I thought it was somebody else. He was on a podcast. I heard him on a podcast.
Okay,
somebody else's podcast.
Okay,
I'm trying to think what podcast that is. But yeah, I heard him on a podcast. But you saying the same thing.
Okay,
but on that podcast, he might have been saying different. Like, he might have said more because he just kept going on and on, and like. I think dude was trying to change the subject, kind of like Trump when Trump, dumbass, talking about that Photoshop picture was real. Oh my gosh, that's just so funny. But anyway, yeah, like Stephen A. was just going on and on. And he asked him, I think dude asked him like one question and he just kept talking about it. And he basically, like, I know a lot of people was like, well, damn, that was the easiest podcast that dude ever had to do.
Was it a dude named Speedy?
I think so.
Yeah. I heard somebody else talking about it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he
Yeah, because I heard some clips where Stephen A. just kept going.
Yeah, he kept talking because he was like, he asked him like one question. And he's like, yeah, y'all talking about the y'all seeing that boxing video and thinking that's how I'm boxing.
Yeah.
He's like, but
yeah, he said
he go when he's like,
was
listen.
injured. He said he was injured.
Yeah, he was like, that ain't how it. You see that dude over there? I guess they was talking about.
Right.
I didn't see. I was listening to it. So he was like, that dude 300 pounds or whatever. I fight. I got 12 dudes. He said something 12 or some big ass number. I'm like, really?
I don't know, but maybe I wonder if he feel like I'm gonna say this just in case people think they could be.
Yeah, so they can try me. Yeah, I mean that is true though. Like that does happen. It's the same shit, just like in the schoolyard or anywhere. I mean, that shit happens. Like when somebody sees, that's one of the reasons why when you hustling or whatever, $3 is a lot of money. Can't let nothing slide. But yeah, because people see that and they're like, oh, he just got 50 mil. I'm about to shake him down. And listen, there's all types of shit that could happen from that.
But or even like another NBA player not liking something he
says. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like, because I do feel like, and I know how people are like, well, nah, these people gotta get this. They gotta feel the energy. They just be talking. But sometimes I'm like, these are news people. These are journalists.
Mm-hmm.
They're reporting stuff. They have a obligation to report things. It's not always malice when they're saying this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times you can tell. You can tell when one of the reporters don't like the person in real life, like the actual person. You can usually tell. But most of the time it's just them being journalists, like reporting shit.
Like you said that Stephen A. didn't say nothing wrong, but what he did say was personal.
Yeah,
because he was like, LeBron, stop this. Like,
yeah, and that's the part that I think he took offense to.
Yeah,
like where he's putting, and that's why I said there's a shred of truth to some of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it even hit harder because he's probably thinking some of that too.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how you can as a parent. Like as a parent, you're trying to protect your child at all costs. That's the thing people don't realize. I don't think they look at people, even parents that would do the same, that go to school. You'll have a parent that will go to school and cuss out the teacher for doing some shit to their kid that they perceive, but then they'll be like, why LeBron acting like that? Like, I don't even know why he acting like that, you know? Like, you act like that for less, you know? Hey, this national TV, millions of people are hearing you talk about me and my kid. And you go in there and you go into school and act out. I'm sure. You know, maybe rightfully. Maybe they did do some bullshit that they shouldn't have did, but who knows? But still, he was in father mode.
I think as far as like Kevin Gates goes, I said there was much to do about nothing, but people are making it something. And I think one of them people is LeBron by that response. And I think, okay, you want to respond, you want to show your lady love or change the narrative, cool, but to call him a peasant like that, I think that might have been like too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's too much. I think
really, like he didn't say nothing crazy.
I don't think he said anything crazy.
Calling him a peasant, that's
crazy.
it. Yes, it is.
I mean, he didn't say his name.
Disrespectful. Huh?
Well,
but you say everybody knows.
Disrespectful. So.
You said what he said was disrespectful.
Yeah,
was it?
If you talking about my wife and how she interacts with me,
he said, well, maybe it's something he shouldn't have just said. I can understand the thought of like, oh, I don't like how he said I don't like how she looks at him.
Yeah, he said I like how the white women look at him. Cause he just want compliance with everything.
Well, I don't know if I see it that way.
I do because I know Kevin Gates.
Like, I'm just looking at it like he's singing
not
joy,
but I know
he's singing joy and enjoyment and fun and laughter.
But I don't think he meant it like that. Like I think he meant like she don't fall in line.
Oh yeah, I don't
like that's how I think he meant it. Like she's not one to fall in line. She looked like she be policing you. Like she ain't gotta police you, but
are you know
that's my wife. No, I mean that's exactly what he said.
No, you say he don't like the way she look at him.
Yeah, he said she looked like she be policing him.
Oh, okay.
That's what he said. He said I don't like the way he looked like. She looked like she be policing him, like she be telling him what to do. And he said, what else he said? He said something else. But that was the gist of it. Then he said he likes the way white women look at him.
Yeah.
Like, cause the white women on the side of the court, they be looking all crazy. But I that's where he getting at, I think. That's how I interpret it. Maybe people don't think it warranted him to confront Stephen A. But I understand more so that than this.
I wonder, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if,
and I don't think he would fault him. Like I don't think his that's the other narrative that there was like LeBron wanted to fight him. I don't think he wanted to fight him. I think he was passionate about it because it was his kid.
I wonder if Stephen A. got that feeling though that.
I mean, I'm sure anytime anybody confronts you, you get that feeling. Like if anybody that confronts you, I don't care where you're at, if it's done in a certain way, you can get that feeling. Like you should get that feeling because you don't know.
I wonder why. I wonder if LeBron did that because, and we don't know, but he saw effects or possible effects that it could have on Bronny.
No, I'm sure because he probably knows the effects it has on him. That's best believe. Even though he's ignoring the shit, I'm sure it affects him somewhat. Like it might not totally decimate his brain, but he's also been in it since he was 14. Like he's been in the media circus. He's kept his kids away from that shit for the most part.
You know the thing about this? I don't know if Stephen A. stopped. Like he's.
But the thing is, I think it was
I don't know if he's talking about
saying,
Bronny.
that's what I mean. I was saying the perfect storm. It ain't even Bronny as far as.
And he said he wasn't really talking about
No,
Bronny.
and that's the thing. I don't think. I think if he criticized Bronny or LeBron as a basketball player playing basketball, I don't think this happens.
Oh yeah.
But he was talking about the everything else, the fanfare, the circus of it,
The parenting.
and the parenting of it.
Yeah.
Like why would you put your kid into this type of mess and stuff like that? Like you're questioning his parenting abilities, you're questioning his decision making, you're questioning how he treats his son.
Mm-hmm.
All that. Even if you're not questioning that, like he might not even been questioning that. It might have just been a conversation. He might have not even thought that this is the questioning that LeBron is feeling like you're doing. So, in LeBron's head, and that's what I mean when I say when some of it's true, because some of it is a little bit
it is
true.
kind of questioning you. You're telling them to stop what you chose to do. You're telling them to stop it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like him as a parent. Like you might not be questioning him as a parent, but that's what it feels like.
It kind of do sound like it.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's what it feel like. But I don't know if he was actually like having a conversation or questioning his parenting ability.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like but from the outside, like as a parent listening to that, that's how you would take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you would, you would look at it.
Well, how's Bronny doing now? Is he doing better? I think I've heard
he was killing the G League. I don't know, but Lakers got put out yesterday or the day before.
Damn.
So yeah, they got trashed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Golden State staying there.
Yeah, they play tonight, I think.
I wouldn't mind seeing Steph win again. They win the whole thing.
I don't know. I want some of these other people to win. I might be rooting for the Knicks now. Now that the Lakers are out of it.
Wait, so what's the update? Like, last thing I heard that the Knicks won game. Wait, or did Detroit win game 5?
No, I think the Knicks just put them out.
Really? I feel bad for this player on Detroit that kept calling the Joe Budden podcast. Because Joe been talking shit to him. Like,
where is he at?
He plays for Detroit.
Oh.
And he was calling up there, and they was going back and forth talking shit. And then one day Joe called the dude didn't answer. There was a moment when he called him one time where Joe had said something, and the dude, it sounded like the dude stopped responding. Call hung up. And Joe hung up. Dude called back like, I don't want you to think I'm ducking the smoke. Like,
yeah, the Knicks and the Celtics, they play Monday. That's the beginning. Pacers and Cavaliers play Sunday. That's the beginning. 0-0. Tonight's game is Golden State leads 3-2. They playing right now. So I guess we'll see who wins.
That's the semifinals?
If they win. Yeah. If they win and
so it's out of the Knicks and the Celtics for the Eastern Conference.
No, not Eastern Conference. This is the semis. Yeah, so
can they?
What, the Knicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're that good?
Yeah. They stay they shit. It's crazy. Jalen Brunson, man, he been killing it. He hit a 3 last night to win the game because he hit dude kind of like Jordan with the crossover. Like they inbounded. He hit him with a crossover and dude fell down and he ran to the 3-point.
Do you do online betting?
I do a little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it every now and then, and it's usually only a few dollars. I don't get too into it. I win sometimes. Most of the time I don't. So I won't be wanting to give away my money.
Are you betting on these playoffs?
I haven't. I may do some finals, the bets on the finals. Or maybe next round. I don't know. We'll see. But I always do parlays anyway where it's a bunch of different people.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Like Prize Picks, like when you choose this person for more than this amount of points.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like parlays. You because I do FanDuel. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I do FanDuel. So, you can be like LeBron gonna have 20. Such and such gonna have 4 rebounds.
Okay.
Such and such gonna have 6 points and 8 assists. And it's like usually like 4 people, 3 or 4 people, 5. Sometimes you get them big parlays but if you hit them Jones, depending on the odds, you can get some cake. Like I hit one, I think it was $20. I hit one for like 600.
Mm-hmm.
So I only bet 20 and got back 600.
Nice.
But that's like when the odds are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you're not gonna win that. Like you taking, and that's what I was doing. I was taking a chance. Like usually that's a real chance bet because those odds are so much. Most likely it's not gonna happen. So they'll have like a terrible player. Like he's gonna get 20 points. Like so it'd be like plus 3,000. So that's like plus 3,000.
You gotta be exact or like.
No, you can go over 20.
Okay.
But at least
just
20.
Can't be under. Okay.
Yeah, it can't be under. Depending on what it is, what it says. So, yeah, you don't got to be exact. Only time you got to be exact is if you bet on the points. Like, some games you can bet on the final score. So, that you got to be exact. I believe you got to be exact. Or maybe 5 points within. I don't know. I never did that. But I see it on there sometimes.
I bet on the Super Bowl. I use Prize Picks. And I lost, and I ain't bet since. But I mean, I did it wrong. I would have did it differently if I would have thought about it more because I picked people from both teams. I think I should have went with one team.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you just can't pick people from both teams to win, but but that's a cool parlay sometimes, and you can get you get a good payout with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you pick one person from one team, I think last night it had a parlay like that because they have their own. You can make your own if you want, but usually I pick theirs sometimes. Well, more than sometimes. Usually I pick theirs. I made my own a few times, and I'm just like, nah. Barkley does it on Inside NBA.
Mm-hmm.
He gives his little parlays of what it's gonna be. He don't hardly ever win. He won the other day though. I wish I would have bet with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he always gives it before the game. He's like, all right, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. He's like, this is what I'm putting in, betting right now, and he puts it in. So, yeah, Barkley got the money to lose though.
But you know what happened is like, yeah, I can see where that can be beneficial to pick people from both teams. But when one team blows the other team out, like
because the other team ain't gonna get. Yeah, football's a little harder to do that with anyway, because if you have one person that got the ball most of the time, there's only one side with the ball for a good chunk of the time. So if you pick say you pick a team that had like 4 touchdowns, and then you pick this other team that have a whole bunch of yards or passes, like that's probably not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like this team ain't gonna be able to get 4 touchdowns, or this team ain't gonna be able to get that many yards without having a ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just not gonna work out mathematically. You gotta look at that stuff too. I be telling my kids. One of my kids be betting a lot, not a lot, but yeah, she be betting. I be trying to tell her like, leave that shit alone. Like that shit can be like drugs. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, I'm sure, addicted to it. Like I was glad though that sports betting came to New Jersey. I just didn't know it was gonna be an app, so it's just like easy now to bet. So that's dangerous. I thought it was gonna be at the casino. You had to go to the casino, even though that's dangerous too. But it's more of an effort to go to. You had to drive all the way down there. And I know people that is addicted would. Don't matter, rain, sleet, snow, hail. They get into that casino, but it's a little harder than just having an app like bloop, 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 bloop.
I remember when I drove for a taxi company in Philly, and up in Ben Salem, I forget what the casino up there is called.
Not
But,
Foxwoods.
I don't. Is it Ben Salem? That's right above Philly.
Oh,
Ben Salem.
oh no. I think Foxwoods is in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I know what you're talking about. There's a couple casinos in
but that
Pennsylvania.
one right off of 95.
It's not that far from here, right?
No.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But
I never been there though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I used to take people there, and that situation, man, like it was an addiction for some people.
Yeah.
And like I think I had it rise at one point where there was somebody telling me, all right, don't take this woman back there. They was telling me they were like close, or they were like family or something.
Oh shit.
It was like, don't take her back there. And then like this woman was like, listen, just take me, drop me off here. I'll give you this or something.
Yo, that's wild.
You know?
But that's real.
Yeah.
It can be worse than drugs. I mean, that's life or death. It's people losing their old house betting and still trying to bet more.
Mm-hmm.
Like ain't got nowhere to live, homeless, ain't got no food, still trying to go bet more.
Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Do you play the lottery?
I do sometimes, every now and then.
Which ones do you play?
I play the Cash for Life. I usually win on the Cash for Life. So I keep playing. Whenever I play. I usually play that, and I play Mega Millions.
How do you feel about the Mega Millions being $5 now? Did you know that?
Nah, I ain't played since it was $5. I did hear that was going on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the jackpot. It don't matter to me, really.
You gonna keep playing it?
Every now and then I might, but I'm not gonna play every day.
Okay.
I mean, I don't play every day anyway.
Yeah.
I don't play once a week. Like, when it gets real big,
Yeah.
I might get a couple tickets. I don't know why, because millions is millions and millions. Like it don't matter. But for some reason, when it gets to like close to $1 billion, I'm like, oh, gotta get some tickets, like, just in case. I think the thinking is maybe if a bunch of people win, because more than one person can win the lottery, and you just split it. So I think that's what the thinking is to a lot of people. When it's that much, they're like, oh, if I win a little piece, it's still $1 million. It's still some millions, as opposed to say a $28 million one, where at the end you might get a couple 100,000 or whatever. If there's a bunch of people that win, who knows? But
so lately, it seemed like one person been winning the whole thing.
I did. Yeah, I've seen lately. Yeah, but on Cash for Life, I always be winning, like $16 and $18. I don't know how you win. I don't know if you gotta get one of them. I don't even know the rules. I just buy a ticket and I'm like, if I win, I win. But I win a lot. Like I win $4 a whole lot. That's why I keep buying tickets when I buy them, because they're only $2. Most of the time I buy one.
You use an app, right?
Yeah. I use that app. I win at the casino every now and then, but I don't play enough to win. I play roulette when I'm at the casino, and you
don't do the slots?
I do the slots sometimes when I'm just trying to, like, whatever. I don't ever win on the slots, but if I'm trying to waste time or something, might put $20 in there. Yeah. I mean, I win every now and then. I won $150 not too long ago. That was cool because I was just down there for a concert and wasn't planning on gambling, but we had time and we was trying to waste time. So my lady started gambling. So I was like, oh, fuck, let me put $20 in here. I'm like, it was like 3 pools and I won $150. I was like,
nice.
I'm out. That's it. I ain't even spend my $20. I was like, I'm out and cashed out. Cashed out like $158, something like that. So
that's smart.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. That was dinner and
I went to see
Charlie Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah. Charlie Wilson was killing it too.
He had any special guests?
Yeah, he had a couple people. Who?
Tyler, the Creator?
No. He ain't had no rappers. He did do his rap songs though.
Okay.
Like Snoop and all the songs that he was in. He did all them songs.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
it was cool though. Cause he went towards the end, like he did his hits, his classics, and then he talked a little bit, and then he was like, I've been around for a long time, and he's like, I've been through every era. He's like, but one of my favorite eras is this era, and then he started playing like Snoop song and all the songs. He was in a lot of songs, Kanye songs, like he was in, but he did his parts on all those songs. But it was, most of the songs he just had hooks and stuff on. So it was like a long medley of a whole bunch of pop songs. I was like, damn, he done found a way. Like he found his way to still make money.
Similar to Ron Osley.
Yeah, Ron Osley did too. But that show was good. Like he was. It was funny as hell because he was dancing and moving, and I'm like, yo, he gotta be old. I mean, old, like 80, and he up there moving and shaking, and then like towards the end, he was like, I know y'all like why he dancing so much, but I done paid for this new hip and this new knee. He's like this new elbow. He done got all these replacements. Like recently at that show, at the time of the show. Because he talked about it later too. He was like, yeah, I'm down bad. He said, I had to get all this stuff. I'm a bionic man now. He out there. I said, yo, that shit work. I need to get me a new knee. I'll probably get the Temu version though. I gotta stop. They'll be giving me the Temu knee. Ain't got enough money like him. He get the good shit.
Temu be having some good stuff sometimes now.
Yeah, but you don't want no knees from Temu. You don't want no knees from Temu?
Did he do outstanding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Boy, I was like, damn. I was hoping our music would blow up last month. Just out the blue. That's what I be waiting for sometimes. Especially when we had that almost 1,000 listener month. And I'm like, we ain't promoted. We ain't did nothing. I don't know what the hell that came from. But it broke down the listeners. And it was mostly new listeners. It was a lot of new listeners. It's like 17 people that got us on their playlist where they listen regularly.
Nice.
Yeah.
You said if you go into it, it'll show you like what specific songs?
Probably. I was trying to reset my password. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't send me the email. Like I looked in my spam, I looked everywhere, and it said the email sent. I kept trying to send it, put in my email. It just won't send it. Maybe it's fixed now. I might try it again just to see. Oh, you heard Coco Jones album?
No. I heard it's good though.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like her. And yeah, I think it's something needed. Somebody said she can't sing, and I was like, or they said her album is trash. That's why I can't believe people online. Like you don't have to like everything. I understand that, but people be ODing on bullshit. Like I'm like, it's not trash. Even if you don't like it, it ain't trash. It might not be your taste in music, but she can sing. It's good. Like you can hear that the actual arrangements and the singing is good, even if you don't like the music or like what it is. So I like trash my ass. Yeah, I was listening to it at work the other day. Is Bel Air coming back on?
Yeah, I mean the way
it got renewed.
The way
I mean, I know how it went off.
Oh,
I wasn't sure if it got renewed. I was just thinking about it, talking about her.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it was good.
Yeah,
it was popular too, I think. Who knows?
But I heard that the next season is the last. I think I did hear that.
Oh, okay. At least there's a next season. So yeah, I think they've been doing that a lot lately. And I think it's because it's the creators not wanting to commit because they don't know if they're gonna get another season or not. Like I don't think creators want to commit to 4 or 5 seasons no more because they don't know if they're gonna get it. Like they don't know if they, after the first season, you kind of know. You know, I'm sure they probably commit to 2 seasons, even if they don't know if they're going to get a second season. But just storyline wise, that's why I think, even though I thought they would regardless. The Last of Us. You watch The Last of Us?
No.
You don't watch that. Well, the second season's on now, and the second season is basically the second game.
Okay.
Like the first season was the first game, and I think they probably did that maybe on purpose. But I did hear that the second game is longer than the first game, so I did hear the second season and third season is going to be the second game. Okay. There's a lot of shit that happens in the second game. Yeah, The Last of Us. Whoo! I won't tell you. Well, you ain't gonna watch it, are you?
I don't see me watching it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's good. And the second season through, I knew it was coming because even though they changed it from the video game, it's still not totally changed. So I knew what was coming before everybody that played the video game knew it was coming. But one of the main characters got killed in the second episode. But I knew that was happening. I know my lady didn't. She was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I don't even want to watch this shit no more." Like, what the fuck? But it gets good though. So I implore anybody that watch The Last of Us to keep watching, because they do it like the video game. That shit is crazy. It's one of my favorite video games ever.
I was just talking to someone today about that, and he was saying that too, about the game. He said something like that, like it's one of his favorite games.
Yeah.
Or it's like the best game ever.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely won awards. I think that year it was one of the best games. But yeah, I think it's one of my favorite games ever. And I like the second one better than the first one. The second one got a lot of hate because it deals with a lot of. I believe it got a lot of hate for one because it killed the main character, and for two, it was after that it was mostly women and gay women. Like it dealt with a lot of that during the apocalypse, basically the zombie apocalypse. They still dealing with that shit. People not liking them and everything that comes along with that. Yeah, it's pretty dope. And the show is dope. But your boy's still gonna be on the show. He gonna be on there in flashbacks, I'm sure. Especially if they do it like the game. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. Gotta pump my own gas, damn it. Hate going out of New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
I'll be forgetting. Oh shit, I forgot. Tell you the truth, so I got all cash. So damn, now I gotta go in and pay for it too.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that sucks. I was just thinking about that, like, God damn it. I forgot all about that. So, yep. Adventures of traveling.
And they might have some gas stations that stay open all night.
Yeah, I would think they probably do. I just don't know which ones are. I don't know how close they are or where they're at. So I'm just going, when I get like 20 minutes away, I'm going to stop and get gas. So I don't got to worry about it when I leave.
Right.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. Because I know I'm going to need it by the time I get down there. I'm going to fill up here too. And I mean, I'm going to need it to come back. So I know I'm going to need it on the way back. My car is pretty good on the highway. It's not, as long as I ain't driving crazy.
I'm looking forward to when you see Sinners to see what you think. How you feel about it?
Sinners.
So at this point, you waiting for it to come on streaming.
Yep. At this point, I'm just gonna watch it here in my theater.
I want to see it again. I would watch it in the theater on the standard screen at this point because I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think that might be, one of the formats. Only formats.
Yeah, it's probably out of the IMAX because of Thunderbolts. Yeah. And there was another movie that came out, but it stayed in the IMAX. It was another movie that came out that was in they happened to put that in Dolby. But I think that probably would have been in IMAX if Sinners wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I don't know what movie that is.
A Minecraft movie?
Was it Minecraft? It might have been Minecraft. I don't know, but I think Minecraft came out the week before or the same time. I don't know.
Oh, it came out before. Me and my nephew went to see that. And I enjoyed it.
Nobody throwing shit.
Throwing stuff?
Yeah, you saw the chicken jockey. What they be doing?
My nephew said something about it. He said we were lucky because they didn't do that. And
oh yeah, they was wilding. They've been wilding.
Yeah,
like throwing popcorn and shit. Motherfuckers bringing bags of flour, like throwing it all over the place.
Yeah.
Like when that part come on,
yeah,
it's wilding out. Like that shit is crazy to me.
Wait, so explain it because I don't get it.
I don't get it either. No. No, it's a part.
Yeah.
There's a chicken jockey zombie in the game that is super rare. That don't nobody hardly see.
Yeah.
People have seen it. People have filmed it, of course, streaming, whatever. But you don't come across it that much. So it's in the movie, in the wrestling. They're wrestling or something, and Jack Black is like, well, you saw the movie when he's like chicken jockey or something in.
I might have seen that part. I know part of it. I fell asleep.
You was asleep. I knew it. I was like, you sleep? Yeah. So when he said chicken jockey, like for some reason, I don't know the connection. Like I don't know the connection. It might not be in the connection. It might have just somebody did the shit.
Yeah.
And then everybody started doing this shit.
That's what my nephew said.
And then they just going on social media because somebody like started throwing popcorn and stuff, like just a little bit of popcorn, and then it just started getting crazy to where it's out of control.
Right.
Like I'm punch one of these kids in their mouth. Like
I wanted to see it again, but I probably won't go back to the theater.
Nah, I ain't watching it because I'm trying to keep my job because it's gonna be a problem.
What, they throwing stuff on people?
On the whole movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Like they sitting in the back, in the back row. Most of them was in the back row. They had bags of flour, popcorn tubs, and they're just like, I'm about to show you. Motherfucker had a real chicken, yo. That's wild. Cops got called. Cops should get called. They got to clean up all that shit. They said it took like hours to clean up. Cherry Hill said you gotta have a parent now, whether you 18. There's like you gotta have a parent regardless. Like it don't matter to come into Minecraft. Like you gotta have a parent with you.
To that movie.
Like you could be 18, but you gotta have a parent with you still to come into Minecraft. I don't know where the cutoff is because they were just like, it don't matter if you gotta be a parent or have a parent. They was like, so that's it. That's the only way you getting in this movie. And I would like to ask somebody, one of those kids, one of the viewers, one of the listeners, what's the connection? I don't understand the connection. Or is there zero connection? Is just I want to be an asshole and throw shit on people during that time. But I don't know how it started. Like I still don't know the connection of why right then. Like at first I thought it was something in the video game that maybe when that happened, when the chicken jockey came out, it like threw popcorn or something. Like I thought maybe it was like, sure, throwing popcorn. I don't know. I don't play Minecraft like that. My son used to back in the day. But I know it's very popular. So, but I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. I think I'm gonna do some research, try to figure out that connection. If there is a connection, might not be no connection at all. Might just be some stupid ass person. I don't even know what the first one was. I don't think I saw. Well, I don't think anybody saw the first one because they probably wasn't recorded at the time. Now they're recording them all because they're trying to post them throwing shit on people. But the one theater, I couldn't find it. But the one theater I saw, yo, that shit was crazy. I'm gonna still try to look for it after we get up. But they had like them. You ever saw them big long bags of popcorn? Them big long, like it looked like trash bag almost was clear. It was like a whole row of them. They had bags, like 5-pound bags of flour.
Damn.
And they were just like and somebody was recording it, all waiting for that scene. And I don't even think, it was like this old dude sitting in front of him. Like he looked old. And he was just sitting there. He probably came to the movie to relax. He was just like, And as soon as it came, I don't even know what. Like I couldn't even see him. It was so much shit. Like I don't know if he got up and ran or if he was still sitting there covered in shit. But it was just so much shit. And they was just like, yeah. And they was picking up the flour. They was throwing the flour. It was like everything everywhere. And this theater was packed. I was like, man, if I was in that theater, oh my gosh, I would be
crazy.
out of a job because one of the motherfuckers, or I'll be beat up because they would have had to jump my ass because it would have been a problem. I still would have been out of a job.
And the movie ain't over at that point.
No,
Yeah.
like how much longer? That's the other thing I was wondering. How much longer the movie is after that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
You asleep, so you don't know. Nah.
I don't know
You was asleep during that part.
or not. I don't
You probably ain't
remember.
even really notice it because it's just a little ass part.
Yeah.
Like it's just chicken jockey. Like he don't even. It ain't even like he drug it out. When I first heard about it, I was like, "Well, what's going on? Let me watch this scene." And he's like, "Chicken jockey," and then it fall down, and I'm like, "It's nothing." Like, it's just he says it one time for a short period of time. Wild.
I imagine, like you said, if it was a rare character, maybe the first time somebody was excited when they saw him.
Yeah, and jumped up
Yeah.
and screamed. I could see that because I mean I've been in movies where people and I like that. I like people that are into movies and I like the interaction as long as it's not super disturbing. But like one part and you would have been excited, been like chicken jockey, yeah. And I would have been cool with that. Like, don't throw popcorn on me, please. Don't throw soda on me.
Flour.
Throw fucking flour, and fucking ices and shit. Shit, I can't even get out my clothes. Like don't throw that shit on me, please. Cause we gonna have to fight.
I'm glad we missed that.
Word. Cause after I saw that, I was like, I'm definitely not going. Cause I mastered the art of not putting myself in any situation that I might, as much as I can control, any situation that might go bad for me or somebody else. So, yeah, I won't go see that movie in the movies.
The whole cast, you know.
I didn't even know all them people was in there.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't know nothing about the movie.
I didn't know much about the movie, yeah. I didn't know Jack Black was in there.
I knew he was in there. I just saw him. Like, well, I think I knew he was in there from the chicken jockey shit.
Okay.
Because it's his part. So they always show his part. So I'm like, they getting paid minimum wage. Like, these people ain't making enough money to deal with this shit.
And then, like, you can't even bring another audience in, like, for the next showing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They got to take some hours to clean that shit up. So they got to wait. Like, they showing is missed and all that. Like, there was a couple showings that got canceled because of that. And they're like, we ain't bringing nobody else in to do the same shit.
Right.
Like, so, yeah. So if you're doing chicken jockey, man, stop that shit.
That's messing up the money.
Stop that bullshit. Like, I don't even care if the whole theater is in on it, like I was saying. But the theater staff still have to clean it up. Unless you going to get up and clean all that shit up within 5 minutes, which they have for the next people to come in. Like, stop doing that shit.
I see the fun of it, in it if it's not too crazy.
I mean, I can
Or
see
if
the
you ain't
fun of
disturbing
it.
Other people.
You know what? I'm a have a confession. Confessions.
What?
So when I was and I think about this often. When I was young, my dad would sit in the back of the theater. I was with him, and he would throw popcorn at people. Now my dad is unhinged. Y'all know he's unhinged. He would throw popcorn at people, like just chirp, like just little chirp, just, and then we go far, like and then just act like we ain't do nothing. He'll be like, so as a kid, you see that and you learn shit. So I started doing it, like when I went to the movies with him, and I look back and I'm like, I don't know if he necessarily wanted me to start doing that. Yeah. But we kind of was like bonding behind it. So I think he just let it go because we was both like laughing and I'm like, oh, look. So then I remember one day I was in the movies and I took it a little too far, right? I had some candy and I was like, oh, and like smacked these people. Yo, these people got up and they was like looking like, who the fuck do that? And yo, I thought we was about to get killed. I was scared. I mean, I ain't know my dad. He probably would have my dad going to prison, but I didn't realize at the time what was going on. But I think about that sometimes. I'm like, yeah, that's wild to have your kid doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he wasn't looking at it like that. He was young. I was young, so he was young. Like, I had to be like 5, 6, because he would take me to the movies. And the other thing is, he would take me to any movie. Like, I done saw so much shit when I was little. Like, he would take me to any movie.
Me too.
My mom be like, nah, you can't go see that. It'll take me to whatever. Like, I done seen horror movies. I done seen nakedness. Like, I done seen everything. I was like 5, 6 years old. I'm like, man, now I be judging people when they be bringing their kids into R-rated movies.
Yeah.
I be, look at this shit. Fucking look at this shit. They gonna be killers when you get older. I'm like, and then I think back like, well, I'm all right. Like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that shit is wild to think about. Yeah, I remember that though vividly. I remember that day because we was on, I think we was on Avenue, that movie theater. It was I don't even know what it was. It might have been AMC back then. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I just remember. I can remember what the seats look like you know, the flat seats. Like we was talking about earlier. Some of these theaters still got them, but just the flat, tight seats, no recliners. You put the thing down. Got a little 2 armrests. Yeah, like I remember sitting in them seats, sitting in the back. I don't even know what movie we was watching. I'm about to get a fight. Yeah, and you know how kids are. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, put it up a notch. He was like, oh. I remember his reaction too, because he's like, because he saw me, and I'm like, I don't know if he thought I was going to eat it or what, but I just remember sitting, he was in the aisle, and I was sitting right next to him, and I'm just like, and he looking over, and I'm like, before he could even stop me, he was like, nope. Then we just sat there like we didn't know what the fuck happened. He's like, shut up. Oh, we gonna wind it down. I think we discussed everything we wanted to discuss today. Probably not. We'll probably think of some stuff right when we get done, and something will happen tonight after we quit recording. So something big will happen. That's what always happens. But yeah, I'm
Kendrick gonna drop again.
Yeah, Kendrick gonna drop another diss. He gonna diss Jay-Z. Gonna be like, what the hell? Jay-Z called it straight. He ain't even rapping no more. Nah. But we are gonna get about out of here. I thank y'all for joining us tonight, today, whenever you're hearing, listening, watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm gonna try to get some guests on here so we can get some little bit of variety.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. But until then, get up with y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Life ain't over.
Life ain't over.
Life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.